Hi friends, I want to talk to you a little bit more about Martin Luther King Jr. His birthday is coming up and we are celebrating it on Monday. There will be no school on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. It's a holiday because he was such an important person in the United States of America. Now, I read to you about him, a little bit about him yesterday. I wanted to show you this picture. This is a picture of the real Martin Luther King Jr. This is what he really looked like. I know yesterday I showed you just like this book that had drawings of him. This is a real picture of him, Martin Luther King Jr. That's him, smiling right here. And if you remember this part of yesterday's book, when Martin talked to over 200,000 people, and he talked about how it wasn't fair for people in the United States to be treated differently just because they had a different color skin. Well, here is a picture of when that really happened. There is Martin Luther King Jr. talking to all those people and telling them that this kind of thing was not fair, that everybody should be able to go to any school, anybody should be able to drink from any water fountain or eat in any restaurant and all be treated the same. And it doesn't matter what color your skin is. So here's when he was telling that to all of these people. And all these people were saying, "You're right, Martin. You are right. We need to change this in the United States." So there's a couple real pictures. I have another story. So this one has drawings too. This is called Martin Luther King Jr. And I'll read it to you now. I just wanted to show you that picture of what he really looked like in real life. Okay. Today, people of all races celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Here's a parade, a Martin Luther King Jr. parade. But when Martin was a boy, he couldn't even go to the same schools as white children. So here's a school where all the kids with the white skin were going in, but Martin had to go over here to this smaller school for kids who had brown skin or black skin, which was not fair. Martin couldn't play in the same parks. Oh my goodness, look at this sign right here. It says whites only. So poor Martin and his sister and his brother, they can't play there. Oh my goodness. Or eat in the same restaurants. We read about that in the other book, how people at the restaurant would say, "Nope, you can't come in here because you have brown skin." How sad and how unfair. Martin couldn't drink at the same water fountain as white people. But his mother always said, "Martin, don't you ever forget that you are just as good as anybody." That's good advice from his mom while he's having breakfast. She's saying it doesn't matter what color your skin are. You are just as good as everybody else. Young Martin believed that. He believed it so much that he grew up to teach that message to the world. There he is. This is him right here. He's walking. This is called protesting. So this is when people are walking with signs that this sign says, "The same schools for everyone." Because they're all walking to show people that they believe that this was not fair and that it needed to change. So they all walk together to tell people that. Martin said, "You are just as good as anybody." And many people believed him. There's that same picture of him talking to all of those people. That same picture again. It's an important picture because that was an important day in the United States. So after that, when the laws started to change, black people or people with black skin or brown skin sat quietly at lunch counters to show that they belong there. So they went into that restaurant and said, "You know what? We can eat here too. We're just as good as anybody else." They refused to ride on buses that made black people sit in the back. So sometimes, like if Martin Luther King and his family wanted to go on the bus, they would get on and the bus driver would say, "You have black skin. Go sit in the back of the bus." So finally, people said, you know what, if you're going to make me sit in the back of the bus, I'm not going to ride this bus because this bus is not treating me very nicely and it's not fair. Kids walked into school to prove that black children had a right to learn beside the white children. So kids with black skin or brown skin started going to the school that was before for all the white kids. They said, we can go to this nice school too. It doesn't matter what color our skin is. And because so many people believed Martin Luther King Jr., at last they changed this country's laws. And finally, kids could go to any school or drink from any water fountain or sit anywhere on the bus, go to any restaurant, any park. Thank goodness Martin Luther King helped to make that big, big change. Now, children of all races, that means of all different skin colors, now can learn at all the same schools. They can play in all the same parks. They can sit wherever they want on the bus. They can eat in the same restaurants and drink at the same water fountains. Because of Martin Luther King Jr., children of all races now walk together as sisters and brothers. So that kind of means like they're more like as friends, but as people who work together and don't let things that are unfair happen. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Martin Luther King Jr. What an important man. I'm so glad that he helped to change the laws of this country because truly that was not fair. All right, friends. I won't see you on Monday because Monday is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So when you're at home, try to think about Martin and how important he was. And if you want, you can even wish him a happy birthday. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.